So I'm catching everybody as they're leaving. Unfortunately, our old friend Mike Flores, Mike71Flores.
That's me.
It's a good year, vintage year. Couple of people were born that year who we like. But you are off back to Texas where it's nice and warm.
Oh yeah, it's been quite a culture shock here. But everybody's really nice. Had a great time. Good food.
Yes.
Drink, good people. So
Taking something home with you.
Oh yeah.
That's good, and it's so nice that you made the trip.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to make the one on the West Coast myself. We'll see how that works out.
Cool. Yeah. This is great. I mean, it's you get to put your hands on equipment. You get to network. You get all the little trade secrets that just hanging out and talking. So
Right on.
So had a great time. Appreciate it.
Now, real quick before you fly, I know you got to get going.
Yep.
What types of events are you doing in Texas?
Right now I'm doing a lot of corporate weddings, quinceañeras.
That's where you got started.
Let me pronounce that correctly for everyone. Quinceañera.
Quinceañera.
Quinceañera. Hey, you do quinceañeras.
You do them quesadillas?
Quinceañeras. Say it with me,
they're
everyone.
delicious.
Quinceañeras. But yeah, that's if you check us out, michaeljentertainment.com, Facebook, Michael J Entertainment, YouTube, Mike71Flores. You can see I try to post as much video as I can and pictures.
You were telling me a story last night that I wanted you to kind of give us the Reader's Digest of real quick, and I promise I'll let you go. How did you get started in this business?
How did I get started? Let's see. I remember doing a family reunion for my family, and from there I got asked to do, can you do this, can you do that, and before you know it, it just exploded. So
what types of work were you doing mostly when you first started? Family events?
Quinceañeras, family events, birthday parties. I didn't do a lot of weddings, so I waited a long time before I took that step, and it's starting to work out.
How have you found that the quinceañeras have changed over
the big
past
difference,
couple years?
10 years ago, they used to just march in, with all the,
the court.
Right. And now there's this huge extravagant dance that everyone practices.
It's always the choreography
for weeks and weeks and weeks. And that is the big draw, and everyone tries to outdo everyone else.
It's almost like bar mitzvah, isn't it? Where they're always trying to one-up each other.
So when the kids start trying to outdo each other, then you have the parents that, hey, my kid's quinceañera is going to be better than yours, kids, and that's where the DJ makes the money.
Right.
Because it's become this huge show now. It used to be, I can remember being 15 and 16 and standing in quinceañeras, a ton of them, just from family members.
Right.
And then they used to be really simple. You just walked in.
I see that a lot too. It's just a nice simple dance.
Another tip: quinceañeras are very religious. So if you go to a Catholic church and you ask for the church secretary, which is what my mother does, she is the church secretary. Here's the key tip: where do you go if you're Catholic to go get married? You go see the church secretary. She tells you if there's a date available. Okay, right. So the quinceañera or the parents go and check, hey, do you have this date available? So, because they have a mass, big mass, and then they go to a hall and have the big party.
Right.
So if you could get in with that church secretary, my mom, hey mom.
How'd you manage that one?
Then she could be your first line of, hey, oh yeah, I recommend this guy. He does quinceañeras all the time. Boom, you're set.
That's a golden piece of advice.
That's
right
a huge, man, I can't believe I'm telling everybody. No.
Somebody's going to talk to my mom and I'm going to lose that business.
My mom. No, but let's see, what else? The other thing, man, I already forgot. But
that's okay.
That's a big one right there, is know where the client is going to book.
Right. Go to the source.
I remember going to get married, went to the church, and it was booked for a whole year. I said, wait a minute, I want to get married on this. No, you got to wait a whole year.
Right.
So from there, then you have to go find the venue, right? So you start calling around. Oh, we're booked. So from there, you end up at the DJ. So if you could cut those two off right at the
get them right there.
That's
before they book anything else
Yeah.
and start blowing their dough on flowers or something stupid like that.
But the quinceañera is very religious. It's the 15-year-old is going from a girl to a woman.
Right.
So, and the other big thing, the other key thing is everything is sponsored by the family members. So, when the girl is about to turn, or have her quinceañera, the family members are going around asking for money. Do you want to sponsor this? Do you want to sponsor that? Do you want to sponsor the DJ?
Right.
So there you go. They're funding from.
It's not just coming
locations.
from mom and dad. It's coming from everyone.
Yeah, and that's where you get the really big parties. So.
Right on.
So those are a couple tips that.
Those are good tips.
Yeah.
Do you know? And I've heard that nobody really knows. But what do you think the origin of the quinceañera is?
Ooh.
To me, it always kind of felt like a debutante thing, or presenting her to the community because she's ready for marriage, maybe way back when, but nobody really knows.
I could,
What do you think?
I don't know. It's just one of those things that it was part of growing up. It's just
right. It's just always been there.
It's always been there,
and that's what everybody says. Nobody really knows.
Here's the funny thing. I've been to a quinceañera. Right, she turned 15. Swear to God, 2 years later, at her wedding.
Oh no!
It's like, wait a minute, we just did this. We were just here the other day, and they made it extravagant as the quinceañera. The band, the hall, the food, the DJ, the everything, and then 2 years later, exact same thing, same hall, wedding.
Now, who says America doesn't have culture?
Yeah.
Of course, it came from Latinos, but we got it.
Yeah. And for the guys that are afraid to do quinceañeras because you're not Hispanic, think about who you're playing to. You're playing to 15-year-old kids that have grown up in American society. I mean, they speak English. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, they didn't just get here. They're probably second, third, fourth generation.
They listen to the radio just like you do. And really what you're trying to do at a quinceañera is please the older crowd first. It's sort of like a wedding when you please the older crowd first.
Right. Since they paid for it.
Yeah. And you play the traditional norteños, that's how you say it. Or norteños. And there's a good list that somebody gave out here that has those songs on there, but you don't have to know what the words are saying. I grew up in a very white community. I had nothing but white friends. I married a white woman.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Exactly. And I
didn't even do that.
Yeah. And so I don't go up there going, oh, I don't know every word to every song, right?
Right.
But I know which ones I've heard growing up my whole life. I mean, those are just traditional songs.
Just like the wedding reception.
And so you please that crowd first, right? They're happy. Hey, we want some Mexican music. We want some Tejano music. That's how you say Tejano. Say it. Tejano. Tejano. Okay, that's big in Texas, Tejano music. I don't know how big it is up here, but...
yeah, they do it.
Tejano music is really good, kind of slowed down, but a big name is like Selena. Everybody knows Selena.
Sure. It's the Tex-Mex stuff.
Yeah.
And we do get it, but we normally get it from people who are visiting from Texas.
Yeah, and guess where Tejano music came from?
Came from Texas.
No.
Where?
It came over from the Czechs.
Really?
Because they brought the accordion over.
Ah.
And if you listen to any good Tejano music, the first thing you hear is an accordion play. That accordion is what makes the chills, and people dance, and there's a certain way a dance.
It's like a Latino polka.
Yeah, and then there's cumbias, and then, you see the lion dances, and this is a cumbia kind of thing.
Right.
So
fantastic.
Maybe I'll start putting some videos up. I always felt kind of weird about putting them up because people are watching them like, well, I don't do that. It's like, and I don't understand what they're saying. And,
man.
So
no, do it. Always do it because you never know.
But I could do the quinceañeras for the white guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Series.
For the widow.
And then all my brother friends, what, dude, you're taking away our business. No. No, I think there's plenty of work out there.
Yeah, there is, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. It's kind of popped. Funny, and this is a really bizarre comparison, but when I was in England, the first time, probably, 8 years ago, they weren't doing Halloween. They're doing Halloween now.
Huh.
I feel like it's kind of the same way with this.
Yeah.
They always did it, but it's become bigger here. It's become more widespread, and it's becoming like a bar mitzvah. It's just always there. So yeah, good stuff, and we'd love to see more on it. And you are definitely somebody who can give us some good insight, as you have in this video.
Cool.
Expand, and we appreciate everything you do. You and Jasper are two of the nicest guys out there.
Really?
Two of the quietest guys out there. But two of the nicest guys out there.
It's funny, he's the first guy I met at Mobile Beat a year and a half ago.
Yep, and he is just one of the nicest guys you're ever going to want to meet. But so are you, man. But it's good to finally get a minute with you.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next year at Mobile Beat.
Sure.
Hopefully you can make it.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to do it again.
Oh, yeah.
Take us out, bro.
Practice and enjoy.